Hong Kong was alive that evening. A heavy rain painted the neon city in blurred colors. The streets were slick, reflecting shop signs, and the air smelled of wet pavement and street food. It was a typical autumn night, filled with the sounds of honking taxis and chattering crowds. Wealthy men hurried into fine restaurants. For one family, however, this night would become a nightmare. In a quiet corner of an upscale restaurant, a man sat alone. Dressed in a simple black shirt, he was unassuming. No entourage, no flashy jewelry. He quietly ate his meal, politely nodding to the waitress. This was Bruce Lee at the peak of his fame, yet completely at ease. He was just enjoying his dinner, a moment of peace. But outside, just a short distance away, there was no peace. A young mother named Emlyn and her 6-year-old daughter Lily were heading home. They were tired and poor, but they had each other. Their laughter was a small, precious thing in the rain. Then 3 men appeared from the shadows. They were loud, drunk, and looking for trouble. They cornered the woman. She tried to escape, but they blocked her path. When she resisted, the attack began. They struck her, ripped her bag away, and scattered her belongings. A cruel act of violence on a quiet street. People saw, they looked away. No one helped. Lily, hidden and terrified, watched her mother fall. The men threatened the little girl next, and she ran. She ran through the rain, desperate for anyone to save her mom. She was just a child, lost and alone. Then she saw the golden lights of a restaurant. She burst through the doors. Inside, the patrons frowned at the sight of her, a dirty, crying child. She was an interruption to their fine dining. The manager approached her, but she pushed past him, her eyes scanning the room for salvation. And then she saw him, the kind man in the corner. She grabbed his sleeve. "Please," she cried, "they're hurting my mommy. They're going to kill her." The restaurant fell silent. Bruce Lee looked into her terrified eyes. He gently put down his chopsticks. Without a word, the world's greatest fighter transformed into the city's last hope. He asked one simple question: "Where is she?" They rushed into the storm. Behind them, a few curious onlookers followed, whispering about Bruce Lee, but he was focused. He found the men attacking Emlyn. The leader sneered, "Who are you?" Bruce Lee calmly gave them a chance to leave. They laughed. They thought he was just a man with a death wish. One of the thugs showed a knife. The odds seemed impossible. The crowd watching feared the worst. They were just spectators, not heroes.